Welcome to the NBA Cup Championship. I'm Kevin Harlan, and joining me are Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David. And you compare a game like this to playoff-level intensity? I mean, how close is it?
Not much difference on the floor. I mean, these guys are going at it. I think the main difference is the crowd. Obviously, a bit more balance in terms of rooting interest than we would see in the postseason.
And how about this run to the NBA Cup Championship for MP? From the start, he's made a point to tell us he wants the cup.
And his play has been incredible. MP's led this team. It's been about more than what he's done on the floor. He's also led by example, and tonight for MP, it's all about enjoying the moment, playing to your potential, and hoisting that trophy.
Here's the starting group for the Indiana Pacers. Halliburton in the backcourt, Nembhard to his side. Jordan is out there with John Collins, and it's Walker in at the three, the small forward.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Stolen away. Collins against Grant. Here's Walker with the three. The three-pointers right on target.
A big man who does a little bit of everything. Collins' team-first attitude shining through with that terrific pass.
White looking around. Collins with some nice D.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lead.
Jordan with it. Now defended by Grant. Fires the three. And it's White with the rebound. And for the Pacers, they come in off a great outing against the Celtics. Hey, Greg, Kobe White has proven he can run the show.
Well, he's more than just a scorer. He's become a quality playmaker with better decision-making. But his biggest improvement has been his efficiency. And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Cedar. He's covered by Halliburton. Wembanyama against Halliburton.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Spurs have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. The mayor in the last matchup against Boston put on a show. He contributed 61 points, and he reached that total with some superb shooting from deep. Numbers like that are sure to get attention around the league. And everyone's excited to see what he does tonight. Guys?
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Great lead, 11% performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
For sure, and draws so much defensive attention that it opens up opportunities for others.
And again, it's Indiana.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
Spurs trail by 5. First quarter play, and just over 3.5 minutes in. And there is a whistle. That goes on Andrew Nembhard. That is his first foul of the game. And the Spurs making a change here. Humphries checked in, and a change for the Pacers. Goodwin's checked in. 1:22 left here in the first quarter. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Here's Indiana. They're on a 13-4 run. Here's Jordan. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
Well, you got to be in awe of what he's doing this quarter, actually destroying the opponent.
Last game for the Spurs. They picked up the W against Los Angeles.
And that one, they owned the backboards. Most of the second chance opportunities went to them.
Plenty of heart and hustle in that regard. I mean, they made sure to hit the glass hard and often.
46 seconds left in the first. He tries for three. Makes that one his sixth of the night. Very healthy, 6 for 9.
Great three-point shooting here out of the gate. That makes 4 makes already from long distance.
Bring music, scorching those nets. How long can they keep this up, though?
Here's Grant. Another shot. Nembhard grabs the board.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. Gotta appreciate that stop.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
The kick out to Williams. Out of bounds. Indiana takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Changes here for the Pacers. Jordan's checked in for John Collins. Halliburton subbed in for Vaughn. Grant at the elbow. Over Jordan. That's in. And the Pacer lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Grant.
He does not lack for confidence. He shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
On the court for Indiana. Mitchell Robinson out there with Jordan. Then there's Howard. Then it's Goodwin. And it's Halliburton in the point. From deep, Jordan gets the three-pointer to fall. Jordan's got 20.
Boy, he strikes again from range. His 4th in this game after draining 3 in the first period.
Halliburton against Humphries. Pass to White. Wembanyama down low. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. No good from Grant.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Halliburton, that's good.
As fast as lightning, Halliburton gets it and shoots it in a matter of nanoseconds.
Spurs trail by 8. Here it's Sita. It's hauled in by Goodwin. The Pacers have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Jordan. There are the Pacers with another bucket.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
San Antonio's gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. Humphries with it. And it's Howard picking him up. Buries the long-range jumper. He's got 5.
And you're asking for more trouble than you can handle if you're going to let him just roam free from beyond the arc. Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Humphries kicks to Grant. From the arc. He doesn't hit that one.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game. It just seems a score or just great ball movement.
Spurs trail by 11. Outside, White. He's looking for Wembanyama and finds him. Over Robinson. It's good from Wembanyama on the assist by White. Wembanyama has got 8 points. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Jordan up top. Shoots over Grant. And it's White with the rebound.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Shooting one. They throw good. Wembanyama.
They're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
Williams, a screen on Walker. And so it's the Indiana Pacers holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
Hello, folks. The first half is in the books, and we've got a lead on the scoreboard for the Indiana Pacers.
Tonight is what we've been waiting for, man. This is really the biggest game thus far in the season. Fans are loving it. It's now really a new favorite time of year, guys. I'm telling you. And you know the best part of it, Ernie? It gets me excited for Thanksgiving.
Man, how quickly we go from hoops to food. I'm already getting excited about that big old fried turkey, the stuffing, some good gravy, mashed potatoes.
Oh, say more.
Make sure you thaw the turkey out first, Ernie.
And we've got the playoff picture starting to come into focus now. So let's take a look at the Eastern Conference.
Taking a look here at Indiana. I had them as a top team before the season, and now I'm picking them to make the finals. Tell me I'm wrong, Kenny. You can't, because I'm right. 2 + 2 is 5.
And as much as it pains me, I have to agree with Big Fella.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
There's always a buzz around Las Vegas. And coming up here on 2K Sports, the second half of the NBA Cup Championship. It's one you will not want to miss. The Mayor having a dominant impact in this game.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
Yeah, you know what? The defense is going to adjust. They'll be ready for him now, so I'm sure they talked a lot about how to slow him down.
Williams is out there with Wembanyama. Then there's Grant, and it's Kobe White. It's the San Antonio 5. To the middle. And after the intensity of these last few NBA Cup games, do you all think it'll be hard for these teams to settle back into the regular season?
They'll have to adjust their mindsets for sure. Back to thinking about the long haul, not the do-or-die scenario of the NBA Cup.
You love the seemingly endless energy that Halliburton gives his team. Always pushing himself to deliver his best effort on every play, every day.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Spurs trail by 10. White the pass to Williams. Back to White. Three-pointer. And it's John Collins with the rebound.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Halliburton doing what he does so well, creating easy looks for his teammates. Outstanding court vision.
Pass to Wembanyama. And a minute played as the second half gets going. He's looking for Williams and finds him. Here's White. The kick out to Williams. Grant gets a wide open look. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Grant's got 5 now.
You know, after starting 0 for 3 this half, they finally get one down.
And what stands out most, Clark, about Mark Williams, it has to be his rebounding.
Yeah, he's a glass-eating machine, and on a per-minute basis, he's one of the best in the league at corralling the ball. But he's had a little bit of an issue staying healthy. When he's on the floor, though, he gives them a real powerful presence up front.
Outside, White. And there's the foul. It'll go on Tyrese Halliburton. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Doubled by Halliburton. Wembanyama passes to White.
Only 20% from the field to start this half. To me, it looks like their opponent may have made some nice adjustments.
Halliburton looking around. Offline with his 3. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Down by 12. Grant, right side. There's a screen by Williams. Just 4 to shoot. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Grant. Over in the corner, White. White with another miss.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly. Changing ends quickly, getting the advantage in numbers and finishing. They've been doing it all night long.
You know, they've been the more up-tempo team, clearly. It's helped them gain the advantage in this game.
Knocks down the 3-ball. White's got 15 points.
And it looks to me like he still has some of the shooting touch that he displayed in the first.
And 3 from Jordan. Good on the triple. Jordan's got a turn of 3s now here in the 3rd for the Pacers.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Grant outside. He's looking for Williams and finds him. Double team on Williams. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Wembanyama, no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And then Collins slams it in.
One of the most explosive young bigs we have. Collins quick off the floor and gets creative at the rim.
Awesome display of athleticism captured by our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Ceda, he's covered by Halliburton. Poked loose. Grant kicks to Williams. Down low. And a slam by Williams.
And just running the offense. White's that new breed of combo guard who can do a little bit of everything.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Substitutions here. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. You look at the Pacers, and not a surprise really to see them sitting there in that #1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball. Now for Indiana. Jordan's checked in for Robinson. Collins comes in for Goodwin. Walker's checked in for Vaughn. Halliburton subbed in for Howard. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Back to Halliburton. Jordan with the screen on Wembanyama. Halliburton, no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And so in the game for the Pacers. Halliburton in the backcourt. Nembhard to his side. Walker out there with Collins. And it's Jordan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Pacers leading by 8. Walker in the corner. Back to Jordan. Puts up a deep 3. San Antonio with the rebound. Grant's got rebound number 5 here tonight. There's the double team with Walker. White finds Wembanyama. The size, the shooting touch. Wembanyama is unreal.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it turns out.
You know what? Teams can get a little 3-happy down the stretch sometimes. Letting it fly.
For the Spurs, this one's not looking good.
Just a simple one-hand flush.
I think he got a few more inches on his vertical by going with the spike.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's what it looked like to me. I mean, he was way up there.
Here's Jordan. Hits the outside fadeaway. Jordan's got 41.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Guys, when you're this hot, it's elementary. Let it fly. Keep staying at it.
Lets it go with the 3. Walker with the rebound.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Pacers leading by 10. Pass to Jordan. From beyond the arc. A rebound by the Spurs. White's got his 5th. rebound right now in the game. Here's Grant. That's rebounded by Indiana. Left side, Jordan. And he drops it in from the low post. And it's a 12-point Pacer lead.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I'll tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. They got it done.
Nailed from three-point land.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Walker dishes to Jordan. Over Williams. And it's Jordan. That time on the assist by Walker. Jordan's got 48.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Grant for three. Drills it from outside.
And a solid playmaker. White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
From deep, Jordan. And another one falls. Amazing. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
And they've done it. What a moment for this team to lift that NBA Cup over their heads. Pure glory.
It was a memorable journey to get to this point. A battle every step of the way. And you have to think this is a huge confidence boost for them moving forward. It proves they're ahead of the curve in terms of getting into postseason shape.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Jonathan in the back. Do you mind elaborating on that?
I mean, you're playing.
That's what I'm talking about.
Way to boost team morale. Well played, MP.
Great win tonight, MP.
Yo, keep this thing to regulation. I got plans after the game.
Feeling you, MP.
You did what you set out to do. Brought home the NBA Cup.
How's it feel?
I want to be the MVP.
You looking for those
Fantastic. Sounds like we're in total alignment.
Just remember, every...
They ain't ready, MP.
There he is, the man, the myth, the legend.
about to tear it
Another
up.
month, another award for MP. Looking good, MP.
Yeah, an air fryer.
We can't wait to see you at our next home game, Nets fans, because all of you will be getting your very own Nets backpack. The National Basketball Association and the Brooklyn Nets are committed to a safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask you to refrain from any disruptive behavior, such as fighting, throwing objects, using improper language or gestures, entering the court, or interrupting play. Spectators engaging in any such behavior are subject to ejection and possible arrest. Please report any violation of these rules to the nearest usher, security, or in a staff member. Thank you, and enjoy the game. We want your time at the arena to be enjoyable and incident-free. If you are having an issue at any time that needs to be addressed, please text the word NEXT along with your issue and
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
performed by the talented Skylar Cole. And with that, we'll be right back in just a moment. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. And tonight, we've got the Indiana Pacers playing against the Brooklyn Nets at Barclays Center. Kevin Harlan with you, joined by Doris Bird, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge reporting courtside. Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. You look at the Pacers. What a season they've assembled here, guys. Perched up there in first place and playing terrific basketball game in and game out. And, of course, Brooklyn. Just need to take it a game at a time.
Well, I think for Brooklyn, they'd probably say they'd expect to be a little higher in the standings at this point, but you can't get too down if you're them. They're still knocking on the door with an opportunity to get that top spot.
And I don't think anyone will be surprised if they do get it. They've been there before, and despite going through a little bit of a lull, we know they're capable of playing as well as any team in this league.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Halliburton in the backcourt. Nembhard to his son. Walker out there with John Collins. And it's Jordan in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Nets, Barrett is out there with Petrovic. Then there's LaMelo Ball. Then there's Wembanyama. And it's Thomas in at the 2-guard. It'll be the Nets off the tip. All right, we're in the middle of the season here, Greg. How do you stay engaged at this time of the year?
Honestly, Kevin, it can be hard. The schedule is so daunting, and there's really no time to reset. So spending your off days recharging, I think, is important.
A nice shot by Jordan.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Here's Ball. Pacers with the rebound. And we've been following this group's absolute dominant season, winning most games in blowout fashion.
Truly record-setting fashion. Nonetheless, though, it's been demoralizing to teams facing this group. I mean, before halftime, teams are often down by 15 or 20 points. We might be witnessing another blowout in the making here tonight.
And here's Barrett. After the three-pointer from Jordan, shot from the top of the key. Collins grabs the miss. Indiana's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Doing something R.J. Barrett can do well is put stress on that defense with his three-point shooting.
Well, he's a little bit of a streaky shooter, Kevin, but it never affects his confidence. This guy just keeps coming at you and keeps believing in himself. Historically, his shooting gets better over the course of a season.
Here's Ball, following the score by Indiana. Shot clock at 6. And the shot goes down.
Well, in the paint, it's the length and the agility of LaMelo Ball to get things done around physical defenders.
And it's Jordan, that time on the assist by Collins. That's 10 points for Jordan.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Ball, no good. And it's Indiana's ball. Big stretch here going 10-2. Here's Jordan. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively.
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Ball with the bucket.
Always so much creativity to LaMelo's game. Terrific move off the bounce.
Nembhard with it, now guarded by Ball, and a wide open look for Halliburton. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And how about the start they've gotten off to? They haven't missed once.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. The mayor in the last matchup against Miami got the job done. He had 60 points, and he was dialed in with his shooting. Very few misses out there. The numbers he put up were really impressive, and he's somebody everybody loves watching. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely down. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
Well, when you're coming off a game like he had, you know the difference tonight. They're going to load up against him. They're going to try to take him out of his rhythm early.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Ball from long range. Offensive. Shot to stop the run. That drops. Nice speed that time from Wembanyama. Ball's got 7 points in the game. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Both teams deciding to change it up. Here's someone who's really been playing well, earning the Player of the Month in the East, the Mayor.
And when you have a big man carrying as much of the load as he has, it just makes things so easy for the rest of your team. Completely deserving of the award.
Now here's Howard. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. From deep, Jordan. Rebound by Johnson. Next trail by 11. Wesley with the ball, and it's Howard picking him up. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First personal foul.
The Nets shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
And typically, a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
Mitchell Robinson. Ball's checked in. Indiana also making some changes. Jordan's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. And Goodwin subbed in for Walker. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Back to Johnson. Nets passing it around. Shoots the three. And it's Wesley missing. And it's Goodwin with the ball for Indiana. They lead by 20. It's the most we've seen on the court right now for the Pacers. We've got Goodwin. Jordan is out there with Collins. Then there's Howard. And it's Walsh in at the 2 spot. Here's Buchanan, discarded by Howard. Collins comes over with the double team. Johnson, a wide open look. Hits the jumper in space. Johnson's got 4 points this quarter.
I'll tell you, he turns a difficult situation of duress into a simple basket with a precision pass out of the double team.
Howard wide open. That three off the mark.
Well, you can see why the defense dared him to shoot it. That's not really his spot.
You can't. That one doesn't go. Great D that time from Howard. A floater, and it's Goodwin. That time on the assist by Howard.
Well, instead of forcing it all the way to the cup, he just goes with that little teardrop.
Inside. And stolen by Jordan. He's still out. Now he is not. 9 of 10.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Howard dishes to Jordan. Sinks the three-pointer. Jordan's got 25 points in the game. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for Indiana.
Right off the bat, they're going after the ball, looking to jump into the passing lanes and create some steals in transition.
And the other thing that's working for them tonight, getting out into the open floor. A lot of the damage coming in transition.
It's good from long range. Wesley's got 11 points.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And Jordan gets it to go.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
For the Nets, they come into this one following a loss to the Nuggets in Ball Arena.
Yeah, they were able to maintain focus in a hostile environment, and that led to taking shots that made sense.
Well, I'm sure they're still enjoying that one. You love going into a tough building, tough place to play, and shooting the lights out. Nothing like silencing the crowd.
And the Pacers call time here. So a moment now to see the story for R.J. Barrett.
And something has really clicked for him at the free throw line. In the past 5 games, his percentage at the line is much better than it had been prior. Sometimes that's how it works. A switch flips, and all of a sudden, you're locked in.
Jordan, that's for 2. Wembanyama with the rebound.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
And 3 from Jordan hits the three-point bomb. Jordan's got 31 points.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Barrett against Walker. Collins comes over with the double team. Here's Buchanan. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 33 points for Jordan.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
It's Thomas outside. Walker with the rebound. Now, here's Jordan. He got it up. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
Big time shot to beat the buzzer there. My goodness.
Well, that's the perfect end to the quarter for them. You have no idea how much of an effect those buzzer beaters can have on a team's momentum.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Indiana out in front, running away with this one. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Do everything else, but if you don't take care of the boards, you're, well, you know what I'm going to say.
Your goose is cooked? You're in hot water? Any of those?
Where were you born, honey?
Let's turn our attention to the three-point shootout and highlight some of the top candidates.
No doubt.
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. LeMay having a dominant impact in this game.
In those first two quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Well, you can see why they would continue to play through him. He was tough to stop, super assertive down low, just great work.
Doris, it's great to see the excitement that surrounds women's basketball currently, isn't it?
It's great, Kevin, that these incredible players with a high skill level are being acknowledged, not only for that skill, but the quality of play, the competitive spirit of these women. They have worked as hard, and they should get as much recognition.
LaMelo Ball is out there with Thomas. Then there's Petrovic. Then it's R.J. Barrett. And it's Wembanyama in at the center, locking down the middle. So that's the Nets 5. They double team Wembanyama. Here's Petrovic. Gets a hand on it.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Wasted no time on that one. 40 points for Jordan.
The defense has just been unable to slow him down. Wow, what a game.
And for the Nets, they're shooting 40% from the field. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Collins comes over with the double team. Wembanyama. And Wembanyama throws it down.
R.J. Barrett with excellent vision. And it's not just the vision, it's the ability to put it on time and on target. Nicely done.
Halliburton passes to Jordan. And it's Jordan with the jam.
You know, they continue to feed him the ball, and he keeps delivering. The leading scorer in this one.
A three ball. Pacers with the rebound. Collins has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Boy, as slow a start as you could have. Just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling.
Indiana moving the ball around. From deep, Jordan. The rebound by the Nets.
They tried to stay perfect in the half, but 3 for 4 now.
And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And he's been terrific, guys. I mean, the percentage right around 86%. So no doubt he's pleased with that.
You know, Doris, I'm not sure many people take into account what a grind the NBA season is.
I couldn't agree more, Kevin. And listen, these guys have the best of what's available. They stay at top quality hotels. They have incredible professionals that take care of them. But there is no making up for a lack of sleep when you've played a game at 8 o'clock at night, you leave the arena at 1, and you may arrive in your next city at 4 or 5 a.m. and tip off that night at 7. And this goes on week after week. It is not easy.
To the inside. And finished off by Collins.
Oh, nice to see a power forward like Collins throw it down. We know he can hit a 3, but go with the easy hoop.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Pass to Petrovic. Ball with it. Halliburton picks him up. Ball with the bucket.
Yeah, there's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow.
Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Ball's got 4 points this quarter.
What an electrifying game by LaMelo Ball. Is anyone more exciting than this young guy?
Now, Jordan. He has 45 points. Shoots a 3. And there's the call on John Collins. That is his first foul of the game. Cameron Johnson's checked in for Brooklyn.
Substitutions on the court.
The Nets have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Barrett, wide open, he fires. No good on the 3.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Jordan. Wembanyama with the rebound. Wembanyama has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
R.J. Barrett, the ability to make adjustments in high speed, gets his shot off despite the defender and the contact.
First trip to the line for him here.
At the line, 2 times.
That free throw missing.
You know, certainly we've seen R.J. Barrett productive as a scorer. I think
checked in for Howard. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Indiana.
I mean, they've been stepping it up in terms of their shooting from distance, and the confidence has been there all game long, leaving the defense to scramble.
I think another thing that's striking here tonight, the ball movement is incredible. Again and again, they're making smart passes to ready shooters.
That's good from Ball.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
On the court right now for the Pacers, we've got Jordan. He's out there with Robinson. Vaughn is out there with Goodwin. And it's Walsh in at the 2-guard spot.
Well, all night he has made an impact at the offensive end. Now he's trying to shut the door.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Buchanan misses.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Robinson kicks to Jordan. Back to Robinson. There's the 3. Good. Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Pass the ball. Now Wesley. There's that killer two-handed slam.
I'll tell you, the vision is simply special. LaMelo Ball toys with the defense, creates easy opportunities for his teammates.
Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Kicks it out to Jordan. And again for 3. He's really sniping them from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that three-point shot.
Wesley with the ball. Hall passes the ball. Misses the baby hook.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
To the paint. Here's Jordan. Again, what an avalanche.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. Wesley with the ball. Robinson picks him up. Pass to Hall. Nets passing it around. Screen by Claxton. Here's Buchanan. Trying to find Ball. He gets it to him. That shot off.
Yeah, you won't see him miss many dunks unless you've got somebody right in his face, as was the case there on that possession.
Robinson a screen on Wesley. Jordan passes to Robinson. And the dunk by Robinson.
Mitchell Robinson knows who he is. A vertical spacer. What a pretty dunk.
Pass the ball. Will it go? Again, ball missing. Indiana's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Goodwin, good.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Pacers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that. Man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And this will make it 36 wins on the year for them. And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Jordan.
What a relentless scoring night for this guy. In attack mode all evening.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Jae'Sean Tate comes in for Goodwin. And it's Howard in for Vaughn. Here's Jordan. The rebound by LaMelo Ball.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
And here's Jordan outside. A rebound by the Nets. There's 57 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Barrett the open look. Rebounded by Howard.
Boy, defense nowhere to be found, and neither was his shot at that time.
A nice shot by Jordan.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
And the Mayor gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. The Pacers making a switch here. Hollard's checked in. And the Nets with possession here. There's Ball with the 3. Rebounded by Howard.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Pass to Pollard. Inside. Shoots. The shot by Jordan, no good. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Barrett into the lane, and he banks in the layup.
Excellent instincts from R.J. Barrett right there. Finds the gap, drives with confidence.
Outside Jordan. The three. Yet another bucket.
And would you believe it? He now has the 5th most 60-point games in a season.
I mean, what an achievement. He does things on the floor that no one else can do. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.